Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought that it would be fun for August's video if I gave you a rundown of all of the books that I'm taking with me on holiday. They are all going to be Kindle books because when I go on holiday, I prefer sticking to a Kindle and maybe taking one physical book because I love tabbing my books and I don't want to have to take all my tabs with me. And then what if I run out? Like, it's just a hassle. So I tend to stick to Kindle books. So I thought we could do a rundown of all of the books on my Kindle TBR that I've been saving up whenever there's been the 99p deals. I always grab them if it's a book that I'm interested in. So I have quite a few books on this TBR. I won't read them all, but I'm hoping to read maybe a good half of them. So I thought that we could run through the books that are on there, and then at the end of the month, I can come back and update you as to which books I actually read, if I stuck to the TBR, and if I bought any other ebooks whilst I was on holiday. So let's just get straight into it. So the books that I'm the most excited for are the entire Sparrow Falls series by Catherine Cowles, because these were all reduced last month and the month before, I believe. So I have all four of them and I am really intrigued. I've been putting off reading them because I really want the physical copies because they're gorgeous. But at this point, I think I'm just going to have to read them. And if I really like them, then maybe I'll get the physical trophies. But these are the first four books on my TBR. Next up is one that I bought months ago. I have been so excited to read this, but it's never quite fit into my schedule because I am very much a fluffy romance, spicy romance reader. And I occasionally will read dark romance, but I have to be in a certain mood for dark romance. And I've been so intrigued by Butcher and Blackbird, but I've just never been in the right mood to read it. So I'm gonna try and read it on holiday. I feel like it's gonna be so random reading that when I'm away in the sun, but I really want to read it. I'm just hoping that it doesn't ruin ice cream for me because someone said that it's going to ruin ice cream and I'm going to be on holiday eating ice cream every day. So I don't know whether to read this at the beginning of the holiday or maybe at the end. I'm not quite sure, but that is the next book on my TBR. So, keeping on the kind of dark romance theme, last summer when I went away, I read the Deception trilogy by Rena Kent, and then I also read God of Wrath, which is Jeremy and Cecily's story, isn't it? So, this time I've got God of Ruin, and I've already read God of War, which was also in the 99p deals. So I got those two. I've already read God of War, and then God of Ruin may be a book that I read this summer. The next one's kind of cheating because I don't actually own it, and it's only going to be something that I'll read if I'm really, really in the mood for it. But I saw Mabuba posting last week about this book, and now I have seen so many TikToks from the author, and I'm so intrigued and I really want to read it. And that is Loving a Vampire is Total Chaos by Aura Hayes, which just sounds hilarious. So if I decide to buy any books and not stick to my TBR, that will be one of the ones that I will read. I have Alive and Wells on my Kindle. I haven't read it yet because I really desperately want the physical copy. I kind of am waiting to get all three of the books and then tab them because I think they'll look so pretty. So I don't think I'm going to read this one, but it is on my Kindle, and if I decide I want to read it, then it's there. Then we have Funny Feelings, which I'm intrigued to read. I don't know if I might try and squeeze a different book by her in because my gorgeous friend over on TikTok, Rose Coloured Reading, told me that I need to read Savour It. So I'm thinking that may be the first one I read by her, but it's on my Kindle just in case I want to read it over the summer. Then this will come as no surprise to anyone because Lucy Scott is one of my favourite authors, but I have Pretend You're Mine because that was in the 99p deal, and then I found the other two books in the series in the charity shops. So I don't mind taking those ones with me because I probably won't tab them and they're not in the greatest of condition, so I don't mind throwing them in a suitcase. I also absolutely adore Megan Quinn's writing, and ages ago, I got the Highland Fling. I can't remember if this was in the Stuff Your Kindle days or if I got it for 99p, but I love anything by her. I find her writing so funny, so I think I'll love that one, and it is higher up on my TBR, so I'm really hoping that I do read it. And then in a similar vein, I also have Under Lock and Key, which I'm hoping is just a really short read that I can just pick up, get through. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I like the sound of it, so I am planning to read it, and it is one of the ones that I definitely think I will get to. Then we have the most recent additions to my Kindle TBR, which are Pucking Wild and Scotch on the Rocks. I haven't read Whiskey Business yet. I'm not sure if I need to read it first. I have the physical copy and I was supposed to read it in March. then it got pushed to my April TBR, then my May, then June, and I just have not had the time. And there's been so many other books that have come out that I've wanted to read immediately, and I'm so sad because I really, really want to read it. I constantly see Elliot's posts about it on TikTok, and I really, really do want to read it. So I don't know whether to just jump in with Scotch on the Rocks because I have it on my Kindle and I can just read it, or whether I need to refrain from reading it, read Whiskey Business, and then jump into Scotch on the Rocks. Then this one was a random purchase because I've never heard of the author, I've never heard of the book, but the cover was really cute. It was 99p, so I bought it. I'm hoping it will be good. It sounds good, and I will update you if I do read this one. I feel like this is one of the ones I may read on the journey to my holiday because I'm going to be in the car for a good 8 to 12 hours over 2 days. So I feel like I'm going to be able to read a couple of books in that time. And then this is the last book on my TBR. I know nothing about it. I've heard great things about it, but I don't actually know the plot or anything like that. It was in the 99p deals last month, so I bought it. It's probably going to be one of the first books that I read. I'm thinking I will start with Sparrow Falls or this one in the car. So we will see, and I will keep you updated. So if I remember, there will be a clip in a minute where I go through all of the books that I read, and maybe even some clips from holiday if I remember to film them. So I'm really hoping that I get to as many of these as possible. I am currently either 4 or 5 books behind on my Goodreads goal, so I really need to read quite a lot in August. Last year I read 8 books in August, the previous year I read 12. August is always my best reading month, so I am really crossing my fingers that I can get through quite a lot of this TBR. So I will update you guys with how many books I read and which of these ones on my TBR I actually stuck to. So I've just come back off holiday. I can confirm I read 10 books in August, 4 of which were from this TBR, and a few were other books that I already had on my Kindle or ones that were in the 99p deals because I really wanted to read them. So these are all of the books that I read on holiday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a thumbs up and I will see you in next month's video.